Hi, I'm back, Christine McKellar here at WCOBM and fabulous Las Vegas. And speaking of fabulous Las Vegas, guess who my guest is? It is Ron Dakar.
Pleased to meet you.
It's
Thank you for having me.
pleasure. I've seen your face a lot, but we've never met in person.
Just from the newspaper.
And on stage. You were with Follies.
Folie Bergère for 14 years.
Tell us just a little bit about that, because I know that you've probably had to...
Well, it's kind of a unique thing that you're asking me that, because we just had the Folie Bergère reunion. The show opened in 1959 on the Las Vegas Strip at the Tropicana Hotel. It ran till 2008.
Almost 50 years.
Exactly.
Love it.
I was in the show from 1985 to 98.
You wore it well. You're
Oh,
still
thank you.
wearing it well.
Thank you.
And you were the...
Master of Ceremonies and lead singer at the Folie Bergère.
Oh, the Master of Ceremonies. How did that go?
It's being in front of an audience every night, doing kind of the same thing, but greeting, 2,000 people every single night, 2 shows a night for 7 days a week.
7 days a week. It amazes me how a lot of performers, that seems to be the schedule. I don't know how you do it. but-
Just when I moved here in 1981, that's just sort of how my life was set.
And where did you move from?
I am originally from Kansas City.
Awesome.
I moved out here in the early 80s as a performer, and I got a job immediately in the show City Lights at the Flamingo Hilton.
I remember that.
Where Donnie and Marie are now. And then I went right from there to the Moulin Rouge, which starred Suzanne Summers, Charo, Vic Damone, the McGuire sisters, Jim Neighbors, people like that. I stayed at the show until it closed, and then Larry Lee, my producer from the Tropicana, came to see the show right before it closed. He saw me in the numbers at the Moulin Rouge, and when I went to audition for him at the Tropicana, he said, "You're the guy from the Hilton, Las Vegas Hilton. I want you for my show." And then I stayed there for 14 years.
That is so amazing. Boy, you've seen it all. I mean, I
Man.
think you probably saw really the creme de la creme, because you weren't even born back in the 40s and the 50s. I bet if you had been, though, you would have been right there, wouldn't you?
I
Right
would
in
have
the
loved
thick of
that era.
things. Yeah, I
loved
bet
that
you
era.
would.
I mean, when I came into the Tropicana, it was on the tail end of the mafia, kind of owning
Yeah.
and running all the hotels.
Right.
But it still had that mentality where entertainers were treated like gold. And we were talking about that at the Follies reunion this last weekend, that all the showgirls and the dancers were given 2 drink tickets every single night to walk out to the bar and sit there, so that the people in the hotel would see you and go, "Oh, are you a dancer?" And then they would come see the show.
Of course, yeah,
So,
the personal touch that we so miss.
Back then, that's
Right.
how you were treated. And then when the corporations took over, it took a different route.
Again, we go back to that corporate thing, because I moved here in 80 and left for a couple years, but came back in 84. And I do remember that. I mean, the personal service people dressed to the nines when they
Exactly.
went out.
The maitre
and,
d' sat
they
you.
knew your name,
Exactly.
and you could pass a little greenery along the way and get, like I did, I think it was Tom Jones. Got me front row center with him. But
Perfect.
I know. So how did you feel with all those lovely ladies flocking around you?
At the Trop
Yeah.
or this last weekend, because they
Well,
still look great.
They do. Yeah, because I do know some dancers. I interviewed actually a Bluebell dancer, Josie Snow.
Oh, cool.
A couple years ago, who was actually married to Joel Snow, who was the GM at the Dunes. So that's how far back I go.
Excellent.
I could talk to you about this I mean, all day.
Great.
A lot of people who have not lived here as long as we have just simply have moved here, and all they see is the corporate stuff in the nightclubs. But wow, you have so much going on, Ron, and we are going to get to the crux of the matter, which is a little bit, though, more about you're also famous as an Elvis impersonator. Is that the right word to use?
Yeah, no, you're totally
Okay.
right. When I was at the Tropicana, I opened a business moonlighting as a wedding singer. So I was in all the different wedding chapels singing in a suit like this, the Lord's Prayer, the Wind Beneath My Wings, stuff like that. And some of the chapels said, "Can you dress up like Elvis?" And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, people like it." So I got an Elvis suit. It became half my business. Within doing that for a couple of years, I came up with a concept of doing themed weddings as me as Elvis, or a bunch of different characters.
Interesting.
Marrying people from all over the world. And so I own the world famous Viva Las Vegas Wedding Chapel
Yeah.
on the Las Vegas Strip, where I sing every single day for couples from all over the world.
I bet they love that.
It's-
How special is that,
It's
really?
it's a very personal thing, and I'm always around people in a great mood.
Because they're getting married.
Married, exactly.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't go the same. Well, you couldn't do a divorce ceremony, but I'm sure somebody will think of that.
It'll
This
be
is
there at some
Vegas.
point.
That's so Vegas, right? And what were you? What were you? Did you always want to be an entertainer? Just
Well, I kind of got into the business late. I was majoring in radio and television broadcasting
Interesting.
in Kansas City, but I minored in music at the Conservatory of Music at UMKC, and I started singing, and my teachers at the time said I looked too young to be on television. You're not going to get a job in journalism. It's just not going to happen.
Sweet
So they
face.
said if you're getting jobs as a singer, I would go that route, and it just went that way. I worked at Worlds of Fun, which is the theme park in Kansas City. I went to Starlight Theater in Kansas City, got my equity card, and it just went from there.
Boy, you got your chops, as they say in the business.
So,
right?
you know, if
Yeah.
I've worked consistently as a singer since I was 18.
That's amazing. I wish I could sing. I can't, so I write. That's what I do. But I mean,
There's
we all
nothing
have
wrong
a
with that.
talent. I think everybody has a talent. It's regardless of.
Just gotta hone in on
Absolutely.
work on your craft.
Now, back to something you said in the beginning. Why do you think, but I think we both know the answer to this, that the Follies did close after that beautiful 50-year run?
Well, at the time, I think that the hotel was changing hands, and they
Okay.
thought it's time to make a change, you know, in that old school Vegas type entertainment. That was probably the biggest thing, and that at that time the show was the longest running show on the Strip, and maybe they just thought it was time to change that whole pattern. But I know that Bally's still does very well, and it's
Yes.
the last of its kind.
Right.
So, you know, time will tell. If that show can make it another 20 years, then maybe there'll be a rebound, and those kind of things will come back. I mean, if you think about it, we have how many Cirque shows? 20?
That's what people,
mean,
yes, I know.
It's a little overkill, I think.
Right.
But it just depends on what supply and demand, you know, what people
And
want.
sometimes I think people, a guest of mine did make the comment that the corporates sometimes think they know more than the people. And yet, and this brings me to a very important part of this show. Why Ron is here. Ron, you had the foresight and your fingers so much on the pulse. You created the Ron Dakar Event Center.
Yes, it's an old world nightclub kind of that you would see Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra,
Yeah.
those guys hanging out in. It has that warmth and stage presence that you'd want to see in a lounge that we used to hang out in. When we had our Follies reunion this past weekend, we had a bunch of entertainers that performed in the Atrium Lounge at the Tropicana
Beautiful.
who came and kind of hung out with us. So that's the kind of venue that I wanted it. But it has a supper club feel. I mean, it lends to everybody to dress up.
That's a good thing.
You know, and
Yeah.
what I'm hearing from the people that come there, you know, it's technically kind of like the 40-something and up club, but I'm getting compliments that ladies can dress up, they can wear necklaces, they can wear a dress, they can fix their hair up. They don't have to come out in flip-flops and shorts anymore.
Absolutely.
And it also pushes their husbands or boyfriends to want to dress up too.
And that's a good thing. We have so many talented people in this town, as you well know, and we all know a lot of the same people. We're going to talk after the break about some of the events that you have coming up and some of the people that we all know well
Cool.
who are going to be at your event center. You do other things as well there, though. You have birthday parties.
Well, we have a
special-
banquet facility license, so we can do any kind of private event, whether it's a memorial, a bar mitzvah, birthday, any kind of celebration.
And they're custom, correct?
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
completely custom for what the client wants.
Do you have a staff that helps customize them, or how do you?
I have
does
a
it
full
come-
staff that can sit with them and come up with anything that they need.
So it's almost like being a wedding planner, with you have
Well,
the staff.
I mean,
and
technically, we built the building for wedding receptions. That was the first license that we had. Now we have, you know, many that are open to the public. So we can do basically any kind of public
with
or private
props,
event.
props and things and
Bands,
drivers
orchestras,
and
everything.
food and just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we have it all.
And as everybody who I've had on the show who is an entertainer has said, it's about darn time. Notice I said darn and not the other word?
Yes.
It's because we're uncensored. We have a 30-second clip that shows a little bit more about the
Okay.
Ron Dakar Center, and I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, which is the Red Roof Inn on Paradise across from the Hard Rock Hotel here in wonderful, fabulous Las Vegas. Let's roll with the clip, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ron Dakar, and welcome to my event center. If you like live music, incredible singers, and you love to dance in an elegant setting, you're going to love Swingin' Sunday.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. I will always love you, you.
No sobs, no sorrows, no sighs.
Everybody, come on. One heart. Let's get wave you.
Not only do we have the finest talent in all of Las Vegas, we've got a delicious buffet and many other tasty items on the menu. So come on down and see what everybody's talking about, because Vintage Las Vegas is back.
You can see forever and ever.
Baby, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving that spin I'm in, under the old black magic of love.
Oh, in a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under the old black magic called love.
Someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be old Mac the Night? Yeah!
I'm gonna get you.